Okay, we're streaming.
Hi!
Hello!
Greetings and salutations.
We are just finishing up this one go around. We're just double checking the live stream. I don't like the lens breathing here, so I'm going to turn that off.
Wait, you're gonna kill the lenses?
What did it do to you?
Poor cameras!
Leave the cameras alone.
Drop the mouse and step away from the cameras. You realize we're streaming right now,
I don't care.
Actually, to mess up my voice a little bit, I'm gonna put in one of my little coffee pouches.
Go for it.
I'm definitely gonna need to stay awake.
That's gonna be weird for God. I'm a woman man, no time to talk. Say that, say that.
What? Don't you judge me with those eyes of yours.
My eyes will go here. Excuse me.
I'm intrigued. It sounds awesome. 10 out of 10. Best song ever.
It's all totally clear.
Oh,
Shut it out.
I can get in a second pouch.
Ooh, guys, are we on the internet?
Are we on the internet? So did I.
Hello. Marita.
I like that. Sounds like marionette. Love it.
Beloved priest of the eternal flame. Or actually, the ancient flame, but eternal works that way too.
A-I-E-T-E.
Hello, hello, checking, testing, and 1, 2.
I'm gonna put a little apostrophe in the middle of that. Because that makes it look really cool.
Anyways,
I sent you a message.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Did you?
Test, test.
Testing.
These things are...
Johnny, test!
man,
It's no nicotine.
I
It's
know,
just
it's-
coffee.
It's coffee grounds.
Yeah.
I know it's caffeine.
I think it's
I don't check.
three of these is the equivalent of
Did you just stick a second one in your cheek?
yeah. I need the caffeine. I need to stay awake.
Ugh.
I'm not sleeping tonight.
Alright, so Marita
Oh, that fixed it. Test, test, test.
Beloved priest of the ancient flame.
Beloved priest of the ancient flame.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so I'm going to
Okay.
stop this right here, and then we're going to...
No, don't stop the live
Stop?
stream.
Okay.
She's watching it right now. She says it's coming in loud and clear.
Believing. Hold on to that feeling.
You need to put that microphone a little bit closer to you.
This way?
Yep.
That better?
Right there.
Okay.
Alright, so
Why, you want to hear my beautiful voice?
No.
No, I do.
Alright, and
I have one.
oh, the other thing that's important for you to know is regarding your spells
Yes.
is the number per day because you are spontaneous.
Right.
podcaster.
You might want to go prop that door open.
Casper is just,
Casper hates open
Well,
doors.
Also, that fan is blowing from that room.
You have 4 0-level spells
Okay.
and 2 first-level spells.
You just kicked me.
Plus,
And then
plus
2
your
level-
wisdom.
are like right over
2 level
here.
1?
These are like
Yep, 2
spread
level
out.
1s. And
I
what's your
have
wisdom
to. I'm
score?
sorry.
No.
My wisdom score
I'm sorry.
is 14, so it's a +2.
You get an additional 0-level spell and an additional first-level spell.
Oh,
Schwanky.
that's what that means in the book. Never mind.
So I get 5 level 0s.
And 3 level 1s per day. You'll probably need that.
And then 3 level
Breaking
1s.
in, shaping up,
Checking
checking out on the prison bus. I'm breathing in the chemicals.
You'll need that for spell descriptions.
Oh, yeah.
You'll need this for spell descriptions if it's in there.
Books.
That way you know what your spells do.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, time for Mike to do his magic.
Alright, I'm gonna go that way.
Yep. The other way.
Is it Stephanie that's watching? Or is it someone else?
Serenity.
Oh, okay.
Direction, I'll be right.
So DM is having technical difficulties.
Is that what they're calling it? No.
These days. Yes.
But
Feels weird. I've never had 2 of these pouches in my mouth before.
Oh no. I can barely chew on my jerky chew, which is... Ooh, it's in my pocket. Would you like some jerky chew? It's not actual chew, it's just shredded up jerky.
Shredded jerky.
Teriyaki kind.
yes. Can I have a candy cigarette afterwards?
I don't have any.
No, you have to do that after certain activities.
It's teriyaki flavor.
That's really good. And welcome to Mukbang. We eat food while live streaming.
I drink while live streaming. I will not tell you all what I have mixed in with my root beer.
It's coffee.
No, that's in my lip.
More coffee.
Because of these, that I am able to stay awake and work 100-hour weeks. So yay!
Oh.
Knock it out of your hands. Bye bye.
I would.
No more caffeine for you.
Okay,
Be
so
very
last
nice.
we left off.
Alright, so, well,
My best
actually,
friend.
it wasn't last time we left off because we haven't left off anywhere. One of
This
our
is a new
viewers,
one.
or one of our players is missing today. He's MIA, he's staying at home. So, instead of trying to play without him, what I've decided to do is we're going to do just a one-shot or a couple sessions with 3.5 basic characters with a few twists, minor twists, less twists than I've done with my other sessions. So this will take place in a different world. In this world, there are 4 major countries that have been fully explored. One of them is Western Shore. Think of it like a mix of Norse, Viking with colonial America. Very rural, agrarian society. Lumberjacks, axes, spears, hammers, type of thing. Then you have Kelshiri, which is more a high seas piracy. Rapiers and swashbuckling and pirate ships,
Army.
fun stuff like that. Yep. To the south of those, you have Timbuktu, and that is more of a South American Brazilian Amazon mixed with African savanna and Congo jungle. And then to the far south, you have the Sharnos, which is more Arabian Nights deserty feel. Our players tonight are from the country of Kelshiri. And we have 2 elves and a human. Let's see, one of them's a druid. I altered the druid slightly. They have from Player's Handbook 2, they have taken the Shapeshift variant. And I have restricted their selection of weapons to only include things that are made naturally. So no metal weapons as well as no metal armor.
Except for the dagger.
With the exception of the dagger, which we're considering like a bone dagger. So that they have something to cut themselves out of the gizzards in case they're swallowed whole by something nasty.
He nerfed the rogue. He nerfed the dang rogue.
I didn't nerf the
He nerfed the rogue.
He did not.
No sneak attack.
What?
Oh, no, you said you wanted to be more like an assassin rogue, right?
Oh, do I get sneak
Yeah,
attack?
you get sneak attack.
Yeah,
Because you're an assassin
you
rogue. If you said you wanted to be a con man rogue,
Yeah.
then you would get more specialization in your skill focuses for conning people. If you wanted to be more burglary, I would have given you more cat burglary skill focuses, stuff like that. We have a ranger, and we have a rogue. The rogue has decided to go more along the lines of an assassin path, so I thought that the sneak attack would be appropriate for that. I hate generalization. It's one of the things I really dislike about the 3.5 system is if you're running a cleric, you have the same spells pretty much as all the other clerics out there. Even though you worship an entirely different deity, you only have 2 spells that are different, which really makes 2 spells per spell level that are different, which makes very little sense to me. To that end, I've also changed the druid slightly by giving them spontaneous spellcasting, a list of domains that they can choose from. They choose their first 2 domains at 1st level. At 5th level, she'll pick up another domain. 10th level, another. 15th, another. 20th, another. Her domains choices are earth, air, fire, water, healing, animal, plant.
And the ones that I picked were healing and fire.
She chose healing and fire. So her first level, she gets all the 0 level druid spells. So she has access to the cantrips. But for her first level spell, she has only first level spells that are associated with healing. And fire. And I gave her a quick list of 3 of each that were pretty useful.
Yep.
Because I made her a spontaneous spellcaster, she gets more spells per day, and she doesn't have to prepare them. This is a little bit more beneficial for her. Also, druids don't normally suffer arcane spell failure because they're divine spellcasters. Same thing applies to her. She's still a druid in that sense.
You just got really OP.
I didn't get OP'd.
I'm kidding.
Sweetie. Yeah, I mean, a druid can be majorly overpowered if you allow it to go on the basis of 3.5 basic books. I mean, you
the
get an
animal companion.
You can choose 2 weapon fighting as a 1st level feat.
Yeah.
Get a quarterstaff, and now you're getting 3 attacks at 1st level. D8 hit points. If you're human, you can choose toughness as your 2nd feat. Now you've got 11 hit points, which is the equivalent of a fighter. You have fighter hit points, better attacks, and you can heal yourself.
Yep.
Overpowered at 1st level. So, what's up?
Hi.
VFX. Oh, VFX boss.
That's me.
How you doing, man?
Doing good.
All right. Oh, I see. It's my one of my players making sure I'm paying attention to the live chat stream.
You're doing a good job.
Yes, I actually noticed it. I've been missing out. I'm early in my live streaming career.
Hey, it works.
So,
now's the better time to learn.
Hey, real quick, would you be okay if the rogue and the ranger and the druid were engaged? Just for role-playing reasons, really?
You've kind of got a relationship in the other campaign starting off.
Not really.
It's not really a relationship, it's more of a...
She's trying to earn my trust.
Yeah.
Because of how abused my other character was.
So let me ask you something. Is it going to turn into a relationship in the other campaign?
Doubtful.
Yeah.
Maybe like a close friendship.
You'll hold on to that.
Okay. So if this campaign you guys want to be engaged or related, that's fine. But in the other one, let's keep the relationship full time. So that we're not copying characters and trying to do the same thing all the time. Branch out, explore a little bit.
Try.
All right.
That's why I made less sneaky. Well, no, I didn't. Never mind.
All right. So
Sneak.
Since they are all from Kelshiri, we're going to start them off in Kelshiri. A little backdrop on Kelshiri. There is a major group known as the Brotherhood of Barathos. The Brotherhood believes in prophecy, and they have gathered many books of prophecy, And one of the problems they've discovered is that non-learned spellcasters, oftentimes spontaneous spellcasters, are a threat to prophecy because they are more often chaotic and therefore can split prophecies and make force. And it makes prophecies less predictable and therefore less controllable. The Brotherhood of Parathos believes that they know exactly how to make certain prophecies come true, they can control the world for the benefit of others. You know, they're trying to do good things, but in the process they're probably doing some bad stuff. It's actually not up to me whether or not they're doing bad stuff. It's actually up to you guys how you feel about the Brotherhood of Parathos. You might agree, you might disagree.
So basically they're probably trying to kill our druid.
They are definitely in line with imprisoning the druid if she is more of a chaotic or spontaneous spellcaster. They definitely do not like the neighboring Grishnarl orcs, who are very fond of their warlocks, which are definitely chaotic and spontaneous spellcasters. So they have rounded up, the country of Kelshiri has rounded up a great number of the Grishnarl orcs, and there's a huge enmity between these two groups. There is a subversive movement against the Brotherhood of Parathos, but this is very small and minor at this time. It doesn't even have a name. It's just some people rebelling against the idea. Now, for our elven characters, most of the elven families are nobility. They left the ancient elven wood a long time ago, and have kind of progressed, sort of being the yuppies of the elves. Yes, you guys are yuppie elves.
Sweet.
I'm not.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm the black
Tony.
sheep of the family.
Tony, you're probably
No,
you were
all-
raised by yuppie elves.
We're all yuppies.
You
Doesn't
may
mean we're not down to
behave
our
like a
roots.
yuppie elf. Our druid is probably the black sheep of the family. She's a spontaneous spellcaster, you know, so she's in hiding or adventuring because her family's all like, probably just found out that deep dirty secret about her. Most of the elves in Kelshiri are wizards. They do not like being sorcerers because, once again, spontaneous spellcaster, chaotic by nature. More likely to be chaotic by nature, and therefore a target of the Brotherhood of Parathos. Our humans are, you know, a variety of folks. There's some piracy going on. There's, you know, your bakers, your, you know, butchers, your candlestick makers. You know,
I knew it!
Yes.
I knew it!
But
That's great.
and they generally run the mundane side of the government, you know, city guards, such the like. And the elves are the highfalutin, you know, wealthy families in charge of everything, nobility and all that stuff. Left behind a lot of their survivalist instincts.
Which is why I said I'm the black sheep.
Yes, you are a ranger. Now, druids are slightly more acceptable than sorcerers in this society, mainly because they tend towards neutrality. Instead of law or chaos or good or evil, druids tend towards neutrality, protecting the balance. Same thing with rangers. But they are closely watched by the Brotherhood and the establishment. Currently, there is some tension between Wester Shore and Kelshiri, mainly because the Wester folk are starting to help the Grishnarl a little bit. The Grishnarl are all led by a mighty orc named Tharnok the Bloody. And he's been in control of the tribe for the last 18 months and had many successful battles. I won't get too much into the Grishnarls, but there's a deep history there, including their favorite war cry, Grishkakun, which means blood for the mud, or mug, blood for the mud.
Blood for the mud.
And So we're starting off in Kelshiri, and we will start off in one of the major cities to the north. Let's go. Actually, let's go to Seaside.
GM. I forgot to do my languages.
What's your okay? So you know Kelsh, you know Elven, and what's your intel mod?
Intel mod is 2.
You have a +2. You can choose 2 other languages, preferably from, say, maybe.
Is there a language I can use to communicate with animals?
No.
Dang it.
That's more druidic.
That's a spell, and you will get those when you
Curse you,
hit 4th level.
druids.
Well, at 4th level rangers get spells,
Mhm.
and many of their spells allow them to communicate with animals and affect animals because they are rangery.
Okay.
There is Wester Speak, which are your neighbors to the east that there's some slight tension with. There is Timbuku, or Timbuki is the language. To the south, there is an island there named Shaga, which its rule is you can stop there even if you're a pirate as long as you don't pursue your career of piracy there at Shaga. It is a safe port for all comers. You can know Sharan, which is the language of the Sharnos.
Which wasn't Sharan, weren't they more Arabic?
They are.
Yeah.
Very much so. They're Arabian Nights-ish.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn Sharan.
Okay.
How do you spell that?
Sharyn.
That was very close.
Yeah.
Except I was spelling Sharon.
Sharon.
And what's the Orcish language?
The Orcish language is Grishnarl.
Grishna?
Grsh, because they don't use vowels.
No, I don't think I will do Orcish.
No, you don't want to know Grishnarl.
That's too bad.
Yeah, I am. I want to be different.
Grsh
You wanna-
G
I wanna be
R
different.
S H
NRL.
N R L. Okay, so I know
Are you
Elven,
still there?
Kelsh, Sharon, and Grishnall.
Sharon
Grishnarl.
and Grishnarl.
All
By
right.
the way, everyone, I just got my hair done, and I know it looks so pretty,
So fabulous.
so super fly.
All right.
Fly like a G.
Everybody's got their equipment, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Everybody's got their languages. Everybody's got their spells that they need.
I
Yep.
just need to get my languages and that's it.
Okay. You know Kelsh. And what is your intelligence modifier?
2, so I would like Grishnarl.
Grishnarl and
Copy that. Ooh, hey, our own little code language.
well, a lot of the people know Grishnarl here because it is a major enemy.
Okay.
And I like to persuade myself, hopefully persuade myself out of situations such as orcs. I like to kill them. Anyway, go on.
And another language?
Kelshiri, which is Kelsh. There's another one that I should know.
You can know Wester Speak. You
Wester
can know
Speaks is
Timbuki. You can know.
Wester speaks, since we're at war with them.
Yep.
Oh, you also pick up a thieves' camp. Just call it thieves' camp for right now. It is kind of like a hand speak.
You know, sign
Hand
language.
signs. Hand sign.
With some, small sounds, body language, and it's very specialized. Only the rogues of, the area know it. It's commonly used amongst pirates and thieves guild members.
Yep.
All right. So, let's see. I'm going to start off at Seaside,
Beachside vacation.
which is by Northern Lighthouse.
Oh, we don't.
Seaside is kind of a moderately bustling place. It's not like a super major city.
I was about to ask Seattle, but then Seattle's super huge. Never mind.
Think of it more like if you were comparing New York as a major city.
Yeah.
This would be more like Bozeman.
Gotcha.
Maybe
Got it.
Billings
Small
or
port city.
Great Falls.
Small port city.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So there's a lot of hustle and bustle going on there. But you also know there's a lot of small towns along the coastline as you head further south. The two of you have recently become adults in the elven community and are off on your first adventure because you've been pretty much stuck at home most of your life doing what you were told. As is common for the wealthy families, your life is fairly ordered. You know.
Sass pants.
So, let's actually introduce our characters. Tony, let's start with you.
Apparently, I'm the only male of the group.
Okay.
The only male character of the group. Which is going to be interesting. My character is Elvish. I am 131 years old. I have black hair and gray eyes. My name is Aramil Darksaber, and I am a ranger who who prefers ranged weapons, but is also not afraid to get into melee combat.
Yeah. And your favorite enemy?
My preferred enemy is animals, because
Okay,
I am
so
a hunter.
You're a hunter. You basically go out and hunt the local wildlife,
Provide meat for my family and my village.
Well, you're kind of
Not village anymore.
probably
Selling it to like a butcher.
Yeah, you hunt for a little trophy. You know, maybe some nice wild game. You know.
Mostly sell it to a butcher.
Yeah, I mean, you know, your family's rich, but you're told to go out. You're told to go out and make your own way in the world. All right, Toshi, let's go with you next.
My character's name is Mariette Nayat. She kind of goes by Marionette or Mary sometimes.
Okay.
She's an elf. Her hair is white. She has violet eyes. She's 137. And she's a shapeshifter druid. Her predator form, which she gets to start off with, is a white wolf-like creature, like a timber wolf almost.
Yep.
Anything else I need to say?
That's good.
Okay.
That's good. You know, once again, you're from one of the noble elvish families that moved to Kelshiri early on, established their hierarchy and their wealth and their privilege and, you know, their elvish privilege.
You're an elf too.
I said blasted nobles, not blasted.
Oh, I think it said blasted elves. They're still noble.
Not by choice. Can't choose my
And Kelshiri is a combination of magocracy and piracy. So the humans are mostly the pirates and the elves are mostly the mages. I mean, there's a little bit of crossover, but not much. And the orcs are pretty much fodder for the Brotherhood of the Bear Claws. We have a human in our group. He is the rogue. She is a rogue. A member of probably either a pirating company, or hopefully, or she wants to make a living either being a pirate or being a city thief.
My main goal is to kind of, you know, like as you said, I kind of travel along with pirates. I kind of go from city to city, doing a few assassination jobs, or you know,
You're a hired hand that is hoping to get some lucrative deals, possibly killing people.
Yep.
You've probably taken out a few. You know, probably started with a little bit of extortion and protection rackets. You have intimidate as a skill?
I do.
Excellent. Good.
Nice.
You'll be able to make use of that intimidate skill.
I have slightly. No, I don't.
And you know, so you probably start off in the protection racket and maybe knock off some competition of some of the local heavies and got some recognition. And you know, So you're about to catch your first big break. So let's start this off with two of you are just coming in on a ship. The two elven characters are just coming in on a ship. You probably, you met back in your hometown. You guys said you wanted to be engaged.
Yep.
So, you were allowed to be flirtatious and, hang out a lot more. But they're like, okay, now you have to prove that you're worth considering being considered adults.
Mm-hmm.
On the ship, my character would be slightly seasick.
Alright.
Only a little.
Alright, so, you have to go out and make your way in the world. It's sort of like if you're a rich person and your dad came to you and said, alright, I'm kicking you out. Here's $2,000. Come back in a couple of years. Let's see if you can make it $20,000.
I wish.
I want $2,000. You only give me $150.
Okay, so in your case, you had said, here's 150 gold. Or equipment. Go make your own way in the world. Come back and see me in a few years. Prove to me you're worth being my son, and you can possibly inherit some of this loot.
As I left the house, I'd say over my shoulder very, very quietly so he couldn't hear. Here's more. It's those coppers tighter than a dwarf.
Alright.
I would make sure that only I could hear.
Elves in their hearing.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm saying it in my head. I'm just looking over my shoulder saying it
And
in my
hoping
head.
your father doesn't have any detect thought spells at the ready.
Oh, goodness.
Dang it.
Remember, megocracy.
I know.
Run by me.
Plus, my dad kind of hates me because I'm a hunter. I didn't want to become a mage.
Yeah. You're being good. And you're hooked up with a druid. What is up with that?
That's the other reason he hates me.
You fall in love with one of those other tree huggers. Damn tree huggers. Alright. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Okay,
Didn't you come to Kelshiri to get away from your tree huggery?
No, we came to Kelshiri to get away from our parents.
Alright. So, you guys arrive in Seaside, which is just south of Northern Lighthouse. You're on a ship that's actually, was paid for. Your voyage was already paid for by your family. And he's the one who told them what the destination would be. He didn't know you'd be going so far, though.
He wanted you far, far away.
Yeah.
He wanted you in a galaxy far, far away.
Not a long, long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. So, you go off the ship and tell me what you're doing.
I'm gonna throw up into the water.
Okay.
From the very long trip, and now I have sea legs, and now I'm on land again. So everything's kind of...
Still wobbly.
Yeah, everything's still wobbling and swaying as if I'm on a ship still. So, yeah.
You see some hand signals flash, hear a couple of muttered words that you don't understand, and there's a chuckle from the humans nearby on the ship.
I'm gonna stand there patiently, waiting for him to finish.
Stand up, wipe my mouth off. And walk back to my lovely fiance, who's actually taller and older than me. So yes, I got a cougar. Got ya.
Taller, older, and weighs a little bit more? Just a touch.
Just a touch.
You guys got your your elven baby fat still going on.
We'll get rid of it soon enough.
We roll randomly for height and weight.
Uh-huh.
So, for the viewers
Oh crap,
know
he
that.
can see that, can he?
And,
Anyways, I'm gonna walk back to her with my hand on my rapier. Don't correct my English. Because it's not English, it's French. Right here.
it's help, actually. Remember the world we're playing.
Yes.
Okay, it's Kelch.
Okay, and what do you guys gonna do? You guys gotta go and make your way in the world. You gotta make your fortune and go back to your family and prove that you're worth being their heir.
We should find a spot that we can crash.
I was gonna check around and see if there's a notice board.
Okay.
We can do both.
Alright, so
We can do both.
you can gather info checks. Ask around, see where you might find a notice board.
I don't have gather info.
It's charisma check if you don't have it.
Sweet.
Okay.
Are you guys trying separately or are you assisting each other?
I was gonna assist her
Okay.
because I'm pretty sure she has a.
I have a
she's
12.
better at talking to people than I
Okay, you have a 12 and Tony?
I rolled a 9.
You rolled 9. So you don't quite assist her. She gets a 12. She gets some basic information. And you hear there's a notice board nearby down at the Red Hook.
Okay.
Red Hook is a tavern in
It's someplace I've been.
in the port area of town, which is where you're at. You just put in the port.
Okay, so it's nearby.
Yes, it is nearby. They give you directions there.
So should we check for a place to bed down? As well?
I suggest we do so.
Okay, we will check for a place to bed down now.
You find out that the Red Hook does have some space for sleeping.
How much per night?
You'd have to talk to people down at the Red Hook. Sometimes their rates change.
Let's go.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go down to the Red Hook.
Let's go.
Okay. So you guys are following the directions to the Red Hook.
Yep.
I'm going to keep my eyes and ears open for any kind of. I don't know. I just don't like the area
Good call.
for some reason. I
Give
don't know
me a
what.
spot check versus their high.
Let's see. Plus 6. So 19, not now.
You whip around the corner and you're not sure, but you could have. You turn your head. You're not sure, but you could have sworn you saw somebody dart down an alleyway.
Can I do a listen check?
Behind you. Like they were like behind you, and then they just kind of ducked around a corner or something like that down an alleyway, and you didn't see what they looked like, but you could have sworn you saw a hooded figure.
Can I do a listen check to see if I can hear any?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Any disturbance?
Let's see. 16 and 6. 22?
22. It's a noisy place. You hear people calling out, they're selling fish, they're selling bread, they're, selling all sorts of stuff. It's kind of noisy. So you don't hear anything amiss other than the noise of the town, of the city.
Okay.
Of the wharf.
I am gonna let. What was her name again? Mary. I'm gonna let Mary know. Leave me alone.
No, go for it.
I'm gonna let Mary know that I think we might be being followed, and I'm going to have my short bow at the ready in my left hand.
Alright, so you're gonna draw your short bow.
Yes.
Now
just
that-
in case.
Sorry. Now that he has notified me, can I do a spot check?
Sure. He tells you he saw them go down the alleyway, I imagine.
Yes. I tell her what I saw, and it's like, well,
Which was like a half a block back.
oh my god.
Which, yes.
Not 20.
Okay, so you see the alleyway that he pointed to, but you can't see around corners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nat 20s are great, but
Only in certain
basically,
situations.
you see that, it'd be a good spot to duck down had somebody, been following you and didn't want to be noticed and
Okay.
thought they had been.
So basically a wary area. Just kind of like a, suspicious.
Okay.
It does look, that alley does look rather suspicious.
Okay. Suspicions.
Should we go check out the alley?
I don't want to go towards confrontation. Why don't we just keep an eye on it as we go?
Okay, so yeah, we will keep walking, and I'm going to keep my eyes and ears open.
Okay.
As will I.
Alright. well, a rather annoying and odious fellow shoves some fish in your random direction, offering to sell you some. It's Orange Ruffy, and he just caught it this morning. He'll give you a great price.
I'll shake my head and be like, no, we're good.
Oh, but it's caught fresh, mate. It's caught fresh. I mean, right off the pier there. I mean, and it's wonderful fish. You fry this up with a little bit of flour, and it's delicious. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, mate. Yeah, it's, I sell it to you for about 5 coppers. 5 coppers, mate. You can spare 5 coppers for some wonderful Orange Ruffy.
We don't have the money to spare.
You don't have the money to spare.
No.
You don't have the money for wonderful Orange Ruffy.
No.
No.
Alright. Give me spot checks.
10 after bonuses.
18.
Okay. Tony, can I see your character sheet, please?
Actually, 20. Technically, that'd be 20. I forgot to add
I'm
the extra 2
probably
that I got.
afraid
Oh no,
I
never
should
mind.
probably be afraid right now, but okay.
That's still 19. That's still 18.
Number 18 is that.
I wasn't looking at the total. Derp.
Oh, that wasn't real. I was just
I don't
twisting.
care. Spin 2.
Oh, go ahead.
Spinner, spinner,
Like
spinner.
that thing's empty. When I use the die, I like. Oh wait, I put that.
Oh yeah.
Here, full set of dice for you to use.
Done.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Bit time. Oh god, I'm a bad influence.
Alright then. He's like, well, I guess if you don't have the money to spare, I understand. You gotta save your money. Well, maybe I'll have some luck selling my wares down here by the wharf. Good day to y'all. Good day to y'all.
I took something from you.
Yeah, probably.
And he heads down. He heads away with his wonderful Orange Ruffy. And you guys continue down to the Red Hook.
Okay.
No, you can't because you failed your spot checks. You
She
have
did a good spot check.
I know, but you didn't match his sleight of hand check, which
Okay.
automatically tells you something happened. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you know what happened until later
Okay.
because your checks were not successful. Alright.
Sounds good.
You took my cookie.
I'm gonna laugh.
So, you wind up at the Red Hook.
Better not take my right properly.
And the Red Hook is pretty obvious. It's a shanty. It's kind of very little more than a 2-story shack.
You sure you want to stay here?
And
Look at it this way. The more shambles it's in, the better rates we will most likely get.
Yeah, and the more likely we are to get a knife in the gut while we sleep.
knife in a gut, says somebody as they come out the door. How much you offering and who do you want knifed?
You handle this.
No one for now, but we might need it later on.
Sly Jack's the name. If you need my services, I'll be around.
Name's Aramil.
Aramil. Pleasure, mate.
Good to meet you.
Alright, and you head on inside.
I'm gonna go. I'm guessing the barkeep is the same person as the innkeep in this situation. I'm gonna go up to the innkeep and ask what their rates are.
It's a plump lady in a white dress. She's got an apron on. The apron has got some blood coming down it. She's got a cleaver in her hand.
And I'm gonna keep
Will
my
it be
eyes
dinner?
and ears open.
What can I help you with?
I'm just wondering what your rates nightly are.
Oh, well, do you need a private room? Is that your man over there?
Yes, it is.
Oh, why isn't he sweet?
Very.
So, if you need a private room for your private business, it's 5 silvers.
5 silver?
Yes.
Just for one night, yes?
For one night, 5 silvers.
Alright. I'm gonna hand her 5 silver.
Well, thank you, dear. Head on upstairs. It's the second door on the right. And don't worry about the noise, dearie. We hear all sorts around here.
Alright. Thank you.
She heads back to what she was doing.
Okay. Let's go.
Very nice.
Okay, I'm gonna follow Mary into the room, I guess.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
It's actually kind of about midday.
Mm.
So, you know,
So we actually might not want to go.
Time. You got plenty of time.
I was about to say we might not want to go to the room just yet. We might want to sit down and eat something or
We
look
might
about.
at least want to look at the room.
Yeah. Oh, true.
It's got a small table, a bed that looks somewhat comfortable.
So it's not full of bed bugs?
Well, it's not like, you know, it's not like totally trashed. It's just, you know, the
It's
outside of
old.
the building looks a little ramshackle, but these look okay. The rooms look okay.
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 The door lock is broken though.
Mm.
And the window's a little boarded up. It's not completely boarded up, but there's like a couple of braces across it. You know, you can get a swift kick to them, knock out those boards, but you won't have a window. Have an open space.
Gotcha.
Are the spaces between the boards big enough for someone to get through?
To climb through, probably not.
Okay.
Just double check.
Mm-hmm.
You might be able to make it with an escape artist check.
Okay.
Alrighty. Do you want to take a look around the town? Just keep our stuff with us?
Yeah, probably best.
Okay. So,
Alright.
we keep... She gave us a key, right?
She did give you a key.
Yeah.
She
That's
did
all
give you a
locked.
key, but the lock's
The
broken.
lock's broken,
The
yeah.
lock's broken.
Okay. At least we have the key to show that, like, hey, we're staying here. That's all that matters. Do you want to go back down and get something to eat, or do you want to go out to the town and wander?
Let's wander around town for a while, maybe away from the docks.
Okay.
Alright.
Smell of all the salt waters.
It's making you sick.
Still, and I still feel like I'm on board the ship.
Alright, so, you head downstairs, and Ty, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take you aside for a moment. We have some business to discuss.
Okay.
Give me a moment. I've got to share some secret information with one of our players.
Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky.
I would be so upset if you had them take my rate.
Took your kukri.
Gold I can handle. I can handle losing some gold.
Your kukris are a little more important.
My kukri and my rapier is a little more important, yeah. You better not just wipe me clean of cash, though. That would be upset.
Even so, I still have some.
Some. I never did find the notice board, see if there's any jobs in the room.
Oh, that's right. We do need to do that before we go out and about. Forgot about that.
Jobs around here, probably not what we want to get into.
It depends. There might be guarding. There might be a dungeon crawl. You never know.
Okay. Yep,
Might be knifing someone in their sleep. By the way, my character's kind of pessimistic, just so you guys know. If you haven't figured that out yet.
Alright.
It's probably
So-
good in a place like this.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to be around the corner.
And, you were
Before...
informed of where to be.
Okay.
Okay. Ow! And you are arriving approximately now.
at the end of the chair!
What?
Okay, fine.
And you're arriving approximately now at that location.
Okay.
Alright, so, you guys are heading out to see the city?
Do we want to check the notice board?
We
before
want
go
to check
out?
the notice board first.
Ah, the notice board.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well,
While we're standing there, I'm going to take stock of my gear and everything.
okay. You can have that back then.
Ow.
I'm afraid.
Doesn't look like your kukri are missing.
Oh, he didn't take much. I still got my weapons and my armor.
Okay.
Still got my kit. So would I be
Sounds
able to do some kind of check to figure out maybe it was like the fish guy or whatever who stole?
No.
Okay, no checks for that.
You know, you bumped into several people. It was a crowded, busy place. It could have been the guy that was following you.
Well,
Could've
I
been.
will let her know. I will let Mary know. Looks like I've been robbed.
How badly?
They took. Oh no, let me get this back. 7 gold and 6 silver from us.
All right.
Maybe you should have bought the Orient Trophy. It was only
It's
95
not
silver.
funny. Besides, I just threw up from
No,
that
just-
thing. I don't want
Might
to.
not have even been the fish guy.
Yeah, it might have been somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay.
Alright, so you're checking the notice board.
Yes.
Notice board says that they are looking for some crustacean shell from monstrous crustaceans. You've never hunted monstrous crustaceans. However, being from Kelshiri, you have heard they're dangerous. Monstrous crabs, essentially. And they're looking for the shells because they tend to make either armor out of them,
From the chitin.
shields. Yeah, so the chitin's very, very useful. It's lightweight and pretty sturdy. And so they're looking for some of that. That's one of the jobs, is to go out and hunt monstrous crabs.
Is there a location on where those would be, or any
Anywhere
stats
along
on
the
the
beach.
crabs?
Anywhere along the beach that's not at the major port area.
So we'd have to go away from the city to be able to
Yep,
find
generally
somebody.
outside the city. Most of the time, if you find them in the city, they've already been nabbed by somebody.
Hmm.
You know.
So are they paying per crab or per
They
crustacean?
are paying per crab, depending on the size of the crab. Also.
How big can these crabs get?
Well, they haven't seen one bigger than a horse in a while.
Oh shh. That's terrifying.
I was gonna say I have.
You know, they've seen they've seen them about horse size, grizzly bear size. You know, not much bigger than that.
Holy cow. Is there anything else on the notice board besides those?
Sure. There's a captain looking for a couple of new mates.
For which
That's
position?
a no for you, right?
Depends on the position.
They're looking for general sailors,
Yeah, no.
non-specific sailor.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, no.
Anything else?
And let's see, what else are they looking for? There's a pamphlet from the Brotherhood up there.
Ooh, what are they looking for?
The Brotherhood are looking for loyal Kelsh that want to preserve the future of their country.
Let's ignore that for now. Unless you want to take the pamphlet, or unless you want to take a closer look at the pamphlet.
How about we check out the crabs?
Sounds good.
All right.
But first, let's go into the better part of town and get something to eat. I'm hungry.
All right. Trying to spend all our money in one place.
I have mine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You head out of the Red Hook,
Mm-hmm.
and
Roll.
no,
Can I roll
go.
a spot check?
You can roll a spot check. Sure. Go ahead.
Would I be able to as well?
Absolutely.
It's
You've
22.
been expecting, so you're
22.
Nope. 6 plus 5. That's 11.
Yeah, I got a 16 plus my 6, so 22.
11.
All right. So you see a human fella.
Female.
Yeah, female. And she is negotiating price, or getting paid rather, by what appears to be a fairly wealthy trio. Looks like a child and a husband and wife. And they are praising her for her knowledge of the city. And you see them. They pull out 3 gold coins and 2 silver coins and hand them to her. And they say, the extra's a tip, my lady. Wonderful protection. I couldn't have asked for anything more. Your knowledge of the city is absolutely fabulous. You know, we were just looking for, you know, something a little bit more affordable than some of those upper scale places. I'm so glad we ran into you. This place looks like it's definitely a little less than reputable, and your protection has been every bit of it worthwhile.
High praises.
So I'm going to wait until the party breaks up, and then I'm going to get the human female's attention.
Okay.
Like, not in a hostile way, just like greeting her.
Pull out my rapier and shove it in her face.
Yeah, I'm going to do move silent and hide, and just shoot her in the back with my bow. No,
Totally.
I'm kidding.
Totally.
I'm kidding. I'm going to be like, tomorrow.
So, yeah, by the way, you get to add 3 gold and 2 silver to your,
What's that?
And it looks like this elven fellow with, a female attached to him. They do appear to be, madly in love. Well, a little bit in love, at least.
I seem unamused.
And he's trying to get your attention.
Tomorrow.
Pardon?
Do you have a moment to speak with us?
What are they about?
We just had some questions about the city. We were wondering if maybe you would know about it.
Yes, the city. I am fairly knowledgeable of the area. What questions might you have?
Well, a good place outside of the docks that's affordable to eat, as well as where we can find some of the, what were the crabs called?
The large crustaceans.
Yeah, monstrous crabs.
The monstrous crabs. We have taken a job to hunt some.
Would...
Of course, go ahead and give me knowledge local.
Yep.
It's intelligible if you don't have it.
Oh, I have it.
Ah, you do have knowledge local, huh?
I have knowledge nature and knowledge geography.
Knowledge nature is the only knowledge I have.
15.
Of a fairly reasonably priced hotel, restaurant in the mid-levels of town in the merchant district. You'd be happy to guide them there for a small fee.
Yes,
I'll let you negotiate the fee. That's entirely up to you guys.
depending on the distance, and I do believe, I mean, we got a nice higher part of town that's, you know, a decent far away, and then, you know, there's a lower end of town, you know, if you just want to get towards the medium range of your price, we can go there, but it's a little closer. Depends on what kind of coin you're talking about.
How much are you asking?
Like I said, how far do you wish to travel?
Let's go to the medium district. It might be a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, we'll go to the medium district.
Ah, okay. So, I guide them there, and
What price
we
are you
need to
selling?
negotiate price.
I will guide them there. Sorry, I meant to say that. And I'll say, so how's this? Towards the medium district, we'll say about 5 gold.
5 gold, that seems a little steep.
It's negotiable.
How about 2?
How about 2 gold?
How about this? 2 right now, and once we get there.
And when we get there?
I got a better deal. 2 gold now, and then if you lead us to the crabs as well, I will buy you a meal when we reach the restaurant.
Ah. Sounds like a reasonable deal. So, I kind of lead them into that the restaurant. And you can go and just decide if...
I'll give you the 2 gold, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, you're doing it?
Yeah, I got it.
I'll pay for the meal.
Okay.
Okay. So you take to this nice place. It's in the merchant district. Think of it as not like a
Applebee's?
super classy or a step up from the Applebee's, but kind of nice, kind of like a like a step up from the Olive Garden.
So we're talking like 10 gold a meal?
No, probably more like 2.5 gold a meal.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Considering what we would have to pay at the Red Hook, it would probably be a lot. It's a lot more expensive than it would be at the Red Hook.
I mean, and it is fish, or you can get the steak for 3 gold a meal.
I like eating fish. I just don't like being on a boat.
I would much prefer steak.
Oh yeah, pricey one.
Now you see my problem. Now you see my struggle. Why I hang on to the gold.
Yeah, somebody thought you were hanging on to the gold.
Shut it.
Right.
Anyway,
They're hanging on to some of your gold now.
Yeah.
So I will order the fish. What would you like?
Same.
Fish? Okay.
I will take a steak.
So
So
and
it's
yours
8
is the
gold.
steak, so that's gonna be 8 gold a meal. And that'll fill you up for the day easily, we'll say.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. The 3 of you give me 1 each charisma check and average it out.
Yes.
Just a straight
Straight
charisma.
charisma.
Okay, so
18.
I got 18.
18, 18, and 5. So 36 and 5 is 41. Divided by 3, you're going to wind up with a 13 and 2/3. Okay. Sure, if you make a decent impression in the restaurant. So you are seen as moderately wealthy, belonging there.
Okay.
One of the things I could have done was recommend probably different attire to go into this district, I'm sure.
I mean, these guys definitely look like they belong there.
But me, not
They
so
brought
much.
somebody from the wrong end of the tracks with them, and so it kind of drops their, their
image.
societal place.
Well, it could also be seen as like we're treating someone of lower status to a better
Right.
deal.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So it might actually
Being
raise our
generous.
status.
Not really.
Selfish
So,
bastards.
nowadays.
Yeah, good point.
Okay. So, however, you have made a slightly good impression. Yeah.
Okay.
An elderly gentleman comes by. Says, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt this man. You're from the noble families.
Yes. Why do you ask?
Such a sight is rare to see in these towns, in these places. My name is Everett. Everett Helmsley. Where are you staying?
We are currently staying at a place called the Red Hook.
What? I beg your pardon?
I just kind of motioned to her.
The Red Hook?
We figured it would be cheaper and a little bit closer.
No, of course, it won't do at all. I insist, you'll stay at my villa.
We thank him for his kindness. And should we accept?
That's up to you.
I was kind of... You've already paid me. I could show you a little bit more around and probably.
Well, part of the deal was you lead us to the crash.
Yeah, that was part of our deal.
I would ask where the villa is located.
It's actually deeper into the merchant district. It's a much nicer place. You certainly don't want to be in that wretched place. More people die there in a day than one could shake a stick at.
Could I sense motive this guy?
If you want to, go ahead.
I won't be able to.
Poor guy. Sense motive, is that something you can do in just a straight
Wisdom check.
Wisdom check? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it too. 15.
He's genuine.
Okay.
He seems like he really wants to help.
I must be doing something
Alright.
wrong here.
So is this offer for just the two of us or for
All three of us.
I suppose your servant fellow could come along as well.
He's actually our guy.
Oh, a guide. Oh, a guide to the city. Yes, of course.
Do I know this guy?
Roll knowledge level.
Please roll good.
Nat 20. Yay!
Oh, dang.
Okay.
Question is, would you let us?
Yes. So,
He's like, oh, a guide, a city guide. Huh. Well, if these folks hired you, you must be trustworthy.
very much so, yes.
Well, come along then. My carriage is outside.
Alright.
It's such a nice day. Could we not just walk?
It is quite a distance. More than a mile and a half.
This is, yeah. The district that he's talking about is fairly long.
Can we stop at the Red Hook first? We must return the key.
Oh, I'll have a servant deliver the key for you. There's no reason for you to trouble yourself in going back to that wretched place.
Okay.
Alright.
And he drove you into this lovely carriage, drawn by 6 horses. And,
I'm gonna keep an eye out. I'm very wary at this point.
Yeah.
I comment to them, it's like, he's doing this because you look very nice, and he's probably doing a good, making sure that you have a good first impression on this town.
Which is understandable. It's very strange for someone to go so much out of their way.
Especially after our first impression of this town.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the docks aren't the finest place to hang out.
That is true.
when you come to a villa, it's about 6 buildings. One of them is a bathhouse. And then there's like some, there's a servants' building, servants' quarters building, and then there's the main house. And he welcomes you into the main house, takes you into a private room. It's spacious. Not quite like, you guys' manners, back in the big major metropolises of Kelshiri, with your highfalutin oath and
I hated those mansions.
but it's certainly nice. He tells a couple of his staff to take good care of you, see to it that you're well tended. He sends, you hear him tell a servant to take the key back to the Red Hook and not to dawdle. It's a dangerous place down by the docks. And he, would hate to write a letter home to this gentleman, this servant's wife, of some unfortunate happenings.
I would like to catch the young man's ear before he, not actually catch his ear, but catch his attention before he leaves.
Alright. The servant?
Yes.
Alright. Yes, ma'am.
Can you please give a message to the barkeep at the Red Hook?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell her that we are sorry that we did not stay, but she is welcome to keep the silver that we paid for.
Yes, ma'am. We'll do so.
Thank you.
And he hurries off.
Okay.
So Mr. Holmesley, I invite you to the use of this facility. There's like a riding area for riding horses.
Ooh.
He's got some horses. Oh, let's see. He's got a couple of guards. He says if you do have to go down into the docks district, feel free to borrow a couple of his guards. They'll keep the ruffians away from you.
Can I ask the person in private a question, the man that I know?
You can try to pull him aside if you like.
Is this something we shouldn't hear? Well, I'm gonna go over to the horses, to the stables.
I'll say to him, excuse me, what was I gonna say? I think I know you.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand check. You guys can oppose this with spot checks if you like. If you like.
29.
Spot check 25 with a nat 19.
So 25. Alright, you see him make a hand gesture and speak a few words that you didn't understand.
I didn't understand?
No, that I didn't.
That he didn't understand. And the gentleman responds with a similar hand gesture, a different hand gesture, and a few different words. He basically says, "Give me a moment to see to my guests, and I will hear you out."
Sounds good. I could have just done like a hand.
That's pretty much what you were doing.
Okay, cool.
But there's a lot of languages, like secret languages, that do involve hand gestures and stuff. You know this because you're a druid.
Yes.
So, not all of them are suspicious.
Well, I'm gonna request if I could go to the stable, or if we could go to the stables.
Oh, of course.
Inspect such fine animals as we saw pulling the carriage.
Absolutely. I may have one for sale if you're interested.
I don't know if we'd be able to afford one, but we could definitely look into it.
Of course.
Maybe come up with a deal.
Of course. Pulls you aside. What do you want to say?
Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Good.
Since I'm close to sunrise, I'll just kind of dash.
Ooh, would I be able to use a listen check?
Nope, you're off to the stables.
Well, yeah, but I have elven hearing.
You're in a completely
Dude,
different
you're in a
world.
different building, yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Entirely different building.
Oh, you said we could see the stables from.
That's good. You just keep counting miles. Sounds good.
Alright.
So,
While in the stables,
Mm-hmm.
can I do a handle animal check?
Sure.
And okay. Dang it, only a 12.
Yeah, what are you trying to do, by the way?
Just to inspect the horses, inspect the stables, check their condition, see how well he actually treats these animals.
Oh, he treats them very well.
Okay. Because you can tell a lot about someone's character by how they treat their animals. Something.
A fan of Mahatma Gandhi, huh?
Huh?
Mahatma Gandhi said that.
He did? I didn't know that. That's just something that I've been...
That a society can be judged, let's see, the kindness of society, I think he said, can be judged by how they treat their animals.
I did not know that.
Something
That's
along
just
those
something
lines.
that I've believed my whole life.
Yeah, it's a Gandhi thing.
Okay, so I rolled a 12 on handle animal.
Yeah, you find out that they're in good shape. Horses are well fed. They're taken care of.
Line's nice and sleek.
You know, they're
Is the spine straight? That's really important.
Yeah,
They're
straight
in good shape.
spines, good
Yeah.
lines.
the servants are brushing them down and taking really good care of them. Yeah, the servants around here seem pretty happy.
Okay.
So, all right, you guys are enjoying the stables. You're offered a ride if you'd like to ride the horses. There's an arena.
I would love to.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a ride check.
Is that Dex?
It is Dex.
Yes. I got an 18.
Okay.
Mm.
And
Give me 2 seconds. I gotta calculate.
Because I don't actually have a ride, so I'm just doing Dex.
15.
yeah, easily.
Oy.
But I would ask if they had anything that was maybe faster or...
More aggressive. Not here.
Oh.
The master keeps his racing horses elsewhere.
Either a
That's smart.
racing horse or maybe even a war horse if they happen to have
Oh.
one.
No, he's Mr. Holmesley is not really interested in the notion of war.
Okay.
He's more of a man of peace and negotiation.
Okay, cool.
But racing and of course a little gambling on racing.
Unfortunately, we don't really have the coin to be doing much gambling. At this time. We are on our quest to prove our worthiness to our parents, I guess you could say.
Oh. He says, well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
No doubt you will succeed.
I would ask to see the horse he has for sale so we could maybe come up with maybe a deal or
Of some sort.
of some
Yeah.
sort. If he has a horse
Ah.
or two for sale.
Yes, he does have a riding horse. It is the name. It goes by the name Crimson, and it is kind of a red-colored mare. She
Probably
goes by the name Crimson.
A bay.
And so you examine Crimson. She's a piece of horseflesh. Well, yeah, that's the common term in this world.
Can I do an animal check or animal handling to inspect the teeth to see how old she is?
Sure, why not? What you get?
6.
I mean, you can tell that she's she's in great condition. She's healthier and more robust. And definitely seemingly more pampered than most riding horses. You would judge that she's probably got, as far as game terms would go, she's probably got a few more hit points than your average riding horse. She might be a little bit more dexterous.
I would ask him, why would you want to part with such a fine animal?
We're looking to acquire a few more racing horses for our racing stock.
Ah. So selling this one to make room.
Make room, and racing horses are expensive.
Very true.
The master's asking. 1 second.
I was about to say, don't. If you say anything less than 100 gold, you're kind of selling yourself short.
Oh, good. Remember, I'm being vague about the differences in the horse, but you can tell it's a better quality of horse. So,
Starting to get tired.
150.
It's 2 o'clock. It is?
Yeah.
Holy cow, it is.
150 gold pieces. It's a light riding horse. you know, the average price is approximately 70, 80, somewhere around that range.
Okay.
But she's beautiful, she's well cared for.
So they're basically selling her for the price of a thoroughbred.
Yeah, and she definitely looks like she's in good condition. Your handle animal checks from the other horses definitely told you that they really care for their horses. This horse looks like it's in excellent condition. Might be worth the price of 2 horses.
I don't have that much gold on me right now, but I would go back to the master and ask him if he would be willing to work out a deal.
Alright, so you gonna head back?
While he does that, can I ask if I can ride the mare to test her out?
Of course. We'll saddle her up.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a ride check at a +2.
At a +2. Oh. Where'd my ride go? There it is. 17.
She's very pleasant to ride.
Rocking horse?
You know, basically very comfortable, does what's commanded. You know, basically you can use your knees to guide her. She's very easy going.
Perfect horse for
English rider.
Perfect horse for an archer. Yeah, so I would go back to the master.
Alright, so you meet up with him, and like, what can I help you with?
Well, your mare has interested me, and from the looks of it, my fiance seems to be interested as well.
Fiance? You're soon to be married.
We hope so. I would then, is there any maybe jobs you need done that would help maybe bring the mare's cost down to something we might be able to afford? Right now we have a job going to where we're basically hunting, what do they call it? Giant crabs? Monster crabs. But if you have maybe something you need done.
Yes. There is something.
Within reason.
Granted, there are some things we wouldn't be able to do, such as, for me, sailing, or maybe certain types of jobs we wouldn't be able to do. But I can't imagine a fine gentleman like you being involved in that kind of business.
Involved in what kind of business?
Shall we say the darker side of business?
Darker side? I see you spent much time down by the docks.
Unfortunately, they actually liberated a few pieces from me.
See. Well, no, there's no dark motives here. Ulterior, perhaps. But I'll let you know right on the open, I'm very much interested in getting in good with the noble elven families. To help my business, perhaps. You know, allow me to build a more suitable arena in the southern reaches of Kelshiri, closer to the Timbuki.
I can see how that would certainly be profitable.
And perhaps, if I get enough business going, I could put a coliseum on Shigar. I know it's a disreputable place, but it is a safe harbor for all sailors of all kinds. And a coliseum at Shigar would bring in rich revenues. Of course,
not to mention sailors who... Oh, sorry, I wouldn't have interrupted.
Of course, such a heavy investment would require backing. And hence my reason for wanting to be in good with your families.
Well, I can't vouch for my family, but so far you have treated us with respect. Treated us with respect and acted honorably.
And I shall continue to do so. As to this job, it's a minor job. it's seemingly trivial. Unfortunately, it does seem something I can send one of my servants to do. But you've been asking for work, and I do have something of that nature that doesn't involve sailing or unscrupulousness.
And I apologize if it seemed as if I was accusing you of anything.
Not at all, not at all. There was an old woman. Is about 2 weeks journey from here. You can take my horses, a couple of horses if you want. It'd save you about half the time. So about a week's journey from here. She lives down by the sea, and she's a kindly old woman. In fact, she has rescued, well, a few of my servants' children from time to time that have found themselves in peril on the sea. And I wanted to thank her.
Okay.
I discovered that she was quite fond of sweet cakes. Now, I know this sounds menial, but if you could deliver these sweet cakes, they are from the finest baker in town. They are highly valued. If you deliver them for me, I'd be willing to get 25 gold pieces off the mayor's price.
I shall speak to my fiancée, but I don't see any harm in it.
You're welcome to take the horses to the ride, and I'm certain your loyal guide will be able to find the place that your delivery point.
Well, he is our guide to our current job task of the monstrous crabs. We haven't negotiated for further services yet.
I can help you.
Well,
guys
you're
out.
not really there.
I'm not.
You're not there yet.
He
you
kind of
guys
went off
take
on his
him.
own.
Yeah.
You're off doing.
You're off doing your roguish things.
Very well. I would recommend you have a guide. Some of those open areas between the cities can be rough. Pirates sometimes deal in slave trade. It's unfortunate. And there are some dangerous animals out there. Especially those monstrous crabs you were thinking about going after. Some of those beasts can be as large as a bear.
We heard those ones hadn't been seen in quite some time.
Oh then. Well, I'll have the sweet cakes packaged up, and they'll be ready for you whenever you desire to leave.
Okay, thank you. And I would go talk to Mary and let her know what we discussed, and
I'm
ask her if
ogling
she
over.
thinks.
I'm ogling over Crimson, just pretty horse.
Well, basically, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say tell her what the guy told
okay.
you.
Well, he said he is willing to knock off 25 gold if we can deliver a package to a woman about a week's journey. If he is willing
Was it a week or 2 weeks?
It's 2 weeks, but let me get to it.
Okay.
I did say a week. 2 weeks journey. He did say that he would loan us some horses to cut it down to maybe a week's journey.
Okay.
So he did recommend we keep our guide and maybe offer to hire him on,
Alright.
which may not be possible depending on what price he chooses.
We'll have to talk to her about that.
Yes. But
I think it would be a good deal as long as he doesn't try and sell the horse while we're out on the job behind our backs. I shouldn't say behind our backs because he has every right to sell his horse, but
he seems honorable, and he did tell me that he is wanting to get in good with the elven families to expand his business.
alright.
So I can't imagine he would do something like that, because that would probably be a black market against him.
Possibly.
So
I don't see any problem against it.
okay, so we would be in agreement and we would go look for our rogue.
The roguish friend.
Our guide.
Alright, so you find your guide.
Sorry, I'm slowly falling asleep over here.
Tomorrow. I'm actually waiting to talk this
Why me? Oh, okay, fine. We have been asked to do a small job for the master of this estate. We were wondering if you would be willing to come with us and be our guide.
Ah, yes, and
It's about walking, it would be 2 weeks. On horses, it would be 1 week.
He is willing to loan us horses to
Yes.
make it only a week journey.
Yes.
how about this? I cut you a deal. A week's worth is a long journey. How about half a gold a day? 50 silver. Was it
It's
50?
5 silver.
5 silver.
5 silver.
5 silver. I'm thinking what
50 silver? That's
It's like, what?
What? Like 5 silver a day.
Okay. I think we can do that.
I think we can manage that.
Sounds good.
No.
Sounds
Travel
good.
on. He also offers you the assistance to his guardsmen.
I think we would happily take that assistance.
Yeah, we would. we would take the guardsmen with us.
Alright. So you head out to.
As we're going, I would definitely keep my eyes and ears open.
Should we pause here, or?
Sure, if you want to.
I'm starting to get pretty tired.
Yeah.
And here you guys thought you'd be able to handle.
I thought I'd be able to handle, but then again, I have been up since 6:30 in the morning.
Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thanks.
Tune in next
Tap,
week,
tap,
or
tap.
probably even tomorrow.
Possibly, depending.
That would be cool for a couple hours.
We might be able to do something later on today. Hopefully we will.
That's what I meant today, yeah.
Alright, thanks for joining. Questions, comments are welcome.
Feel
Hit
free
that
to
like button.
criticize our performances.
And,
Give a thumbs up.
one of the things I wanted to mention, if you watched us last week, you will notice the new backdrop as well as the map. It is our intention to put some artwork around this map. Now, you can be included in this. If you want to send us some digital art, I'm fairly certain we can have it printed off, right? And post it up around the map.
Make it. You guys gotta give us some art so we can make the map look all nice and pretty around it. Give it a nice little
Aesthetic.
aesthetically pleasing.
And of
Right.
course, donations are always welcome.
Oh yes.
They will help pay for more equipment, better equipment, you
We
know.
don't have a donation page at the moment on
Oh,
YouTube.
we do? Oh, okay.
So we'll just, yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in and what you said. And please email the images to the Hurt Gamers. That is THEHURTGAMERS @gmail.com. That's hurtgamers@gmail.com. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yo.